Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Guru,
Hare Krishna, Karti Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Karti Prabhu Dhanat
Hare
Pranam
Krishna
Jai
Prabhu, Dhanat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu
Can you
Dhanat
chant the
Pranam
Mangalacham prayers, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, Hari Bol.
Oh, wait. You didn't start at all, or
Now it
it's
started.
starting now?
Yes,
I'm sorry,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Now it
Did
started.
you start?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, you want me to start from scratch or just from the...
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, I thought you just... Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanam Vinashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आश्रय देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hari Bol.
Haribo.
Prabhu.
Yo,
Hari
Karti
Bol.
Prabhu, the first test, eh?
Hare Krishna, Lebhang Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Prabhu,
धन्यवाद
please
प्रणाम
forgive.
प्रभु जय श्री प्रभुपाद
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna
Dhanat
Karti Prabhu, Dandat
Krishna
Pranam,
Prabhupada
please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु all goes to Prabhupada. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay for long today because tomorrow I have an exam
Yes,
and
Prabhu.
also
But
my rounds are pending and
thanks for chanting.
so many things.
Prabhu,
It was really nice.
I also have exam tomorrow,
So is it, what time do you have your exam?
11 a.m.
Oh, okay. I have at 1:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
so
one exam is tomorrow 11 a.m. From Monday it
Hope
is
you
2
nailed
p.m.
the test, Prabhus. Hope you nailed the
oh.
test so that you
Oh,
can get done with school.
I will start reading tomorrow.
Yeah. Actually, Sunday we have the Ishtagoshti, so my kind request, please, everybody make sure to join and also join on time. So after, I believe after a few weeks, we'll be having our Ishtagoshti. So yeah, so kindly please everybody join on time. And Sami Prabhu, I will just send you all the things that that I have, that the devotees have prepared so that you can project it.
Yes, Prabhu.
So thank you so much. Even though it was short, but very, very nice to see the devotees because the exam time it's very much depressing, It's
Yeah.
so. So I just thought, let me just take the darshan of the devotees at least. And
Thank you so much for
yes,
chanting.
so,
It was really nice beginning for reading.
thank you for engaging me in some service. Thank you,
Okay.
bro. Thank you. All goes to Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the Dhanat Pranam Jai Prabhupada.
Prabhu, are we reading today, ne?
Yes, Prabhu.
When are you going to start watching?
Start watching what?
Sorry?
What, Prabhu?
Like, when are you going to start watching again the dramas after reading?
Any day, Prabhu. I'm trying to send this book, but
Yeah, Prabhu, I think I received it.
no, it's just text.
Oh,
Up and down.
Prabhu, you can send afterwards. It's no problem.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, so today we read about the universal form. Vision of the universal form, chapter 8. Haribo. Here's baby Krishna.
Oh,
Krishna book, right, Prabhu? Yeah.
See the tiny feet. After this incident, so the incident of Trinavarta, Vasudeva asked his family priest Garga Muni to visit the place of Nanda Maharaj in order to astrologically calculate the future life of Krishna. Garga Muni was a great saint sage who underwent many austerities and penances and was appointed priest of the Yadu dynasty. When Garga Muni arrived at the home of Nanda Maharaj was very pleased to see him and immediately stood up with folded hands and offered his respectful obeisances. He received Garga Muni with the feeling of one who is worshipping God or the Supreme Person of Godhead. He offered him a nice sitting place, and when he sat down, Nanda Maharaj offered him a warm reception. Addressing him very politely, he said, "My dear Brahmana, your appearance in a householder's place is only to enlighten. We are always engaged in household duties and forgetting our real duty of self-realization. Your coming to our house is to give us some enlightenment about spiritual life. You have no other purpose to visit householders. Actually, a saintly person or a brahmana has no business visiting householders who are always busy in matter of dollars and cents. If it's asked, why don't the householders go to saintly person or a brahmana for enlightenment? The answer is that householders are very poor-hearted. Generally, householders think that their engagement in family affairs is their prime duty, and that self-realization or enlightenment in spiritual knowledge is secondary. Out of compassion only, saintly persons and brahmanas go to the householders' homes. Nanda Maharaj addressed Gargamuni as one of the great authorities in astrological science. The foretellings of astrological science, such as the occurrence of solar or lunar eclipses, are wonderful calculations. And by this particular science, a person can understand the future very clearly. Garga Muni was proficient in this knowledge. By this knowledge, one can understand what his previous activities were. Vasudeva silently entered the house and exchanged his son for the girl. So here the exchange of the babies happens. Here is the baby Durga Devi. Then they got switched.
Subhadra.
Yes,
Subhadra Devi.
yes, Prabhu. What is happening here?
Killing of Trinavarta, I guess.
Yes, Prabhu. No one could ascertain the cause of cards falling. There was the card and it fell because Krishna kicked it.
Yeah.
Here is the Trinavarta demon.
Hmm.
Here is Krishna. Prabhu. Trinavarta felt the baby to be as heavy as mountain. Mother Yashoda saw within mouth of Krishna the whole sky, including all the luminary stars and all directions. This is now the chapter we are reading. Oh, see, Krishna's toenails look like jewels. He's a pretty small. See, even this baby is surprised. All day, they simply make arrangement to steal or butter and yogurt. Is Krishna and Balaram stealing yogurt for the monkeys?
This is such a beautiful painting. Krishna is so beautiful in this one.
Yes, Prabhu. And by the result of such activities, one may enjoy or suffer in this life. Nanda Maharaj also addressed Garga Muni as the best of the Brahmanas. A Brahmana is one who is expert in the knowledge of the Supreme. Without knowledge of the Supreme Absolute, one cannot be recognized as a Brahmana. The exact word used in this connection is Brahma Vidam, which means those who know the Supreme very well. An expert Brahmana is able to give reformatory facilities to the subcastes, namely the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. The Shudras observe no reformatory performances. The Brahmana is considered to be the spiritual master or priest for the Kshatriya and Vaishya. Nanda Maharaj happened to be a Vaishya, and he accepted Garga Muni as first-class Brahmana. He therefore offered his two foster sons, namely Krishna and Balaram, to him to purify. He agreed that not only these boys, but all human beings just after birth should accept the qualified Brahmana as spiritual master. Upon this request, Garga Muni replied, Vasudeva has sent me to see to the reformatory performances of these boys, especially Krishna's. I am their family priest, and incidentally, it appears to me that Krishna is the son of Devaki. By his astrological calculation, Garga Muni could understand that Krishna was the son of Devaki, but that he was being kept under the care of Nanda Maharaj, which Nanda did not know. Indirectly, he said that Krishna as well as Balaram were both sons of Vasudeva. Balaram was known as the son of Vasudeva because his mother Rohini was present there, but Nanda Maharaj did not know about Krishna. Garga Muni indirectly disclosed the fact that Krishna was the son of Devaki. Garga Muni also warned Nanda Maharaj that if he would perform the reformatory ceremony, then Kamsa, who was naturally very sinful, would understand that Krishna was the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. According to astrological calculation, Devaki could not have a female child. Although everyone thought that a child of Devaki was female. In this way, Garga Muni intimated to Nanda Maharaj that the female child was born of Yashoda and that Krishna was born of Devaki, and they were exchanged. The female child, or Durga, also informed Kamsa that the child who would kill him was already born somewhere else. Garga Muni stated, if I give your child a name and if he fulfills the prophecy of the female child to Kamsa, then it may be that the sinful demon will come and kill this child also after the name-giving ceremony. But I do not want to become responsible for all these future calamities. On hearing the words of Garga Muni, Nanda Maharaj said, if there is such danger, then it's better to not plan any gorgeous name-giving ceremony. It would be better for you to simply chant the Vedic hymns and perform the purificatory process. We belong to twice-born caste, and I am taking this opportunity of your presence. So please perform the name-giving ceremony without external pomp. Nanda Maharaj wanted to keep the name-giving ceremony a secret and yet take advantage of Garga Muni's performing the ceremony. Haribol, okay, anyone can continue from this part.
Devar Prabhu, you can continue.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Manu Prabhu.
Krishna Mahaprabhu, please extend the
Krishna
beloved and
Mahaprabhu
all
Dada
wishes to
Sam
Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Manu Bhakti. Dharma Pranam.
Prabhupada. I'm just going to be hearing. Thank you for the invite.
Yes,
Right
thank
now,
you.
I just got finished. Thank you, Prabhu.
Can you read, Prabhu?
I got finished my rounds, and then I got
Okay,
finished
okay, bro.
project.
You can take rest, bro. We can take rest. We can. Okay. When the Gargamuni was so eagerly requested by Nanda Maharaj, he performed the name giving ceremony as secretly as possible in the cowshed of Nanda Maharaj. He informed Nanda Maharaj that Balarama, the son of Rohini, would be very pleasing to his family members and relatives and therefore would be called Rama. In the future, he would be extraordinarily strong and therefore would be called Balarama. Gargamuni said further, because your family and the family of the Yadus are so intimately connected and attracted, therefore his name will also be Sankarshana. This means that Gargamuni awarded three names to the son of Rohini, namely Balarama, Sankarshana, and Baladeva. But he carefully did not disclose the fact that Balarama also appeared in the womb of Devaki and was subsequently transferred to the womb of Rohini. Krishna and Balarama are real brothers, being originally sons of Devaki. Gargamuni then informed Nanda Maharaj, as far as the other boy is concerned, this child has taken different bodily complexions in different yugas, millennia. Uh, first of first of all, he assumed the color white. When he assumed the color red, then the color yellow, and now he has assumed the color black. Besides that, he was formerly the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, his name should be Vasudeva as well as Krishna. Some people will call him Krishna and some will call him Vasudeva. But one thing you must know: this son has had many other names and activities due to his different pastimes. Gargamuni gave Nanda Maharaj a further hint that his son will also be called Giridhari because of his uncommon pastimes of lifting over the hill. Since he could understand everything past and future. He said, "I know everything about his activities and name, but others do not know. This child will be very pleasing to all the cowherd men and sorry, covered men and cows. Being very popular in Vrindavana, he will be the cause of all good fortune for you. Because of his presence, you will overcome all kinds of material calamities despite opposing elements." Gargamuni continued to say, "My dear king of Vraja, in his previous births, this child many times protected righteous persons from the hands of rogues and thieves. Whenever there was a political description, your child is so powerful that anyone who will who will become a devotee of your boy will never be troubled by enemies. Just as demigods are always protected by Lord Vishnu, so the devotees of your child will always be protected by Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This child will grow in power, beauty, opulence, in everything on the level of Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, I would advise that you protect him very carefully so that he may grow without disturbance." Gargamuni further informed Nanda Maharaj that because he was a great devotee of Narayana, Lord Narayana gave a son who is equal to him. At the same time, he indicated, "Your son will be distributed by so many demons, so be careful and protect him." In this way, Gargamuni convinced Nanda Maharaj that Narayana himself had become his son. In various ways, he described the transcendental activities of his son. After giving this information, Gargamuni returned to his home. Then the Maharaj began to think of himself as the most fortunate person, and he was very satisfied to be benedicted in this way. A short time after this incident, both Balarama and Krishna began to crawl on their hands and knees. When they were crawling like that, they they pleased their mothers. The bells tied to their waists and ankles sounded fan- fa- fas- fascinatingly fascinating, and they would move around very pleasingly. Sometimes, just like ordinary children, they would be frightened by others and would immediately hurry to their mothers for protection. Sometimes they would fall into the clay and mud of Vrindavana and would approach their mothers smeared with clay and saffron. They were actually screamed with the saffron and sandalwood pulp by their mothers. But due to crawling over muddy clay, they would simultaneously stream their bodies with clay. As soon as they would come carving to their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini would take them on their laps and covering the lower portion of their saris allow them to suck their breasts. When the babies were sucking their breasts, the mothers would see small teeth coming in. Those their joy would be intensified to see their children grow. Sometimes the naughty babies would crawl up to the cowshed, catch the tail of the calf, and stand up. The the calves, being disturbed, would immediately begin running her and their and their sorry returning here and there, and the children would be dragged over clay and cow dung. To see this fun, Yashoda and Rohini would call all their neighboring friends and the gopis. Upon seeing these childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna, the gopis would be merged in transcendental bliss. In their enjoyment, they would laugh very loudly. Both Krishna and Balarama were so restless that their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini, would try to protect them from cows, bulls, monkeys, water, fire, and birds while they were executing their household duties, always being anxious to protect the children and to execute their duties. They were not very tranquil. In a very short time, both Krishna and Balarama began to stand up and slightly move on their legs. When Krishna and Balarama began to walk, other friends of the same age joined them, and together they began to give the highest transcendental pleasure to the gopis, specifically to Mother Yashoda and Rohini. All the gopi friends of Yashoda and Rohini enjoyed the naughty childish activities of Krishna and Balarama in Vrindavana. In order to enjoy further transcendental bliss, they all assembled and went to Mother Yashoda to lodge, uh, lodge, lodge complaints against the restless boys. When Krishna was sitting before Mother Yashoda, all the elderly gopis began to lodge complaints against him so that Krishna would hear. They said, Dear Yashoda, why don't you strict your naughty Krishna? He comes to our house along with Balarama every morning and evening, and before the milking of the cows, they let loose the calves, and the calves drink all the milk of the cows. So when we go to milk the cows, we find no milk, and we have we have to return with empty pots. If we warn Krishna and Balaram about doing this, they simply smile charmingly. We cannot do anything. Also, your Krishna and Balarama find great pleasure in stealing our stock of yogurt and butter from everywhere. Sorry, wherever we kept it. When Krishna and Balarama are caught stealing the yogurt and butter, they say, "Why do you charge us with stealing? Do you think that butter and yogurt are in simplicity in our house?" Sometimes they steal butter, yogurt, and milk and disturb them to the monkeys. When distribute them to the monkeys. When the monkeys are well fed and do not take any more, then your voice should should. This milk and butter and yogurt are useless. Even the monkeys won't take it, and they break the pots and throw them neither and the other. If we keep our stock of yogurt, butter, and milk in a solitary dark place, your Krishna ornaments and jewels on their bodies. Sorry. Krishna and Balaram find it in the darkness by the growling effulgence of the ornaments and jewels on their bodies. If by chance they cannot find the hidden butter and yogurt, they go to our little babies and pinch their bodies so that they cry and cry and then they go away. If we keep our stock of butter and yogurt high on the ceiling, hanging on a swing. Although it is behind their reach, reach, they arrange to reach it by filling all kinds of wooden uh, cracks over the grinding machine. And if they cannot reach, they make a hole in the pot. We think, we think therefore that you better take all the jeweled ornaments from the body of your children. On hearing this, Yashoda would say, "All right, I will take all the jewels from Krishna so that he can not see the butter hidden in the darkness." Then the gopis would say, "No, no, no, don't do this. What good will you do by taking away the jewels? We do not know what kind of boys these are." But even without ornaments, they spread some kind of effulgence so that even in darkness, uh, they can see everything. Then Mother Yashoda would inform them, "All right, keep your butter and yogurt carefully so that they may not reach it." In reply to this, the gopis said, "Yes, actually we do so, but Krishna, because we are sometimes engaged in our household duties, these naughty boys enter our house somehow or other and spoil everything. Sometimes being unable to steal our butter and yogurt out of anger, they pass urine on the clean floor and sometimes spit on it. Just see your boy now. He is hearing this complaint all day. They simply make arrangements to steal our butter and yogurt, and now they are sitting just like very silent boy, silent good boys. Just see his face. When Mother Yashoda thought to chastise her boy after hearing all the complaints, she saw his pitiable face and smiling. She did not chastise him. Another day when Krishna and Balarama were playing with their friends, all the boys joined Balarama and told Mother Yashoda that Krishna had eaten clay. On hearing this, Mother Yashoda caught hold of Krishna's hand and said, My dear Krishna, why have you eaten earth in a solitary place? Just see, all your friends, including Balarama, and complaining about you. Being afraid of his mother, Krishna replied, "My dear mother, all these boys, including my elder brother Balarama, are speaking lies against me. I have never eaten clay. My elder brother Balarama, while playing with me today, became angry and therefore he has joined with the other boys to complain against me. They have all combined together to complain, so you will be angry and chastise me. If you think they are truthful, then you can look within my mouth to see whether I have eaten clay or not." Uh, is the mother his mother replied, "No, all right. If you have actually not eaten any clay, then just open your mouth. I shall see." When the Supreme Personality of Godhead saw so, uh, Godhead Krishna was so ordered by his mother, he immediately opened his mouth just like an ordinary boy. Then Mother Yashoda saw within that mouth the complete opulence of creation. She saw the entire outer space in all directions, mountains, islands, oceans, seas, planets, air, fire, moon, and stars. Along with the moon and the stars, she also saw the entire elements, water, sky, the extensive, ethereal existence, along with the total ego and the products of the senses and controller of the senses, all the demigods, the objects of the senses like sound, smell, etc., and the three qualities of material nature. She also could perceive that within his mouth were all living entities, eternal time, material nature, spiritual nature, activity, consciousness, and different forms of the whole creation. Yashoda could find within the mouth of our child with everything necessary for cosmic manifestation. She also saw within his mouth herself taking Krishna on her lap and having him sucking her breast. Upon seeing all this, she became struck with away and began to wonder whether she were dreaming or actually seeing something extraordinary. She concluded that she was neither dreaming or seeing the play of the illusionary energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She thought that she had become mad, mentally deranged to see all those wonderful things. Then she thought it may be cosmic mystic power attained by my child, and therefore I am perplexed by such visions within his mouth. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, under whose energy bodily self and bodily positions are conceived. She then said, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, under whose illusionary energy I am thinking that Nanda Maharaj is my husband and Krishna is my son, that all the properties of Nanda Maharaj belong to me, and that all the cowherd men and women are my subjects." All this misconception is due to the illusionary energy of the Supreme Lord. So let me pray to him that he may protect me always. Well, Mother Yashoda was thinking in this high philosophical way. Lord Krishna again expanded his eternal energy just to believe, bewildered her with maternal affection. Immediately, Mother Yashoda forgot all philosophical speculations and accepted Krishna as her own child. She took him on her lap and became overwhelmed with maternal affection. She thus began to think Krishna is not understandable to the masses through the gross process of knowledge, but he can be received through the Upanishads and the Vedanta or mystic yoga system and Sankhya philosophy. Then she began to think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as her own begotten child. Certainly, Mother Yashoda had executed many pious activities as a result of which she got the absolute truth. Supreme Personality of Godhead as her son who sucked milk from her breast. Similarly, Nanda Maharaj also must have performed many great sacrifices and pious activities for Lord Krishna to become his son and address him as father. But it is surprising that Vasudeva and Devaki did not enjoy the transcendental bliss of Krishna's childhood pastimes, although Krishna was their real son. The Vasudeva. The childhood pastimes of Krishna are glorified even today by many sages and saintly persons. But Vasudeva and Devaki could not enjoy such childhood pastimes personally. The reason for this was explained by Sukadev Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit as follows. When the best of the Vasus of the name Drona, along with his wife Dhara, were ordered to increase progeny by Lord Brahma. They said unto him, Dear father, we are seeking your benediction. Drona and Dhara then took benediction from Brahma that in the future, when they would take birth again within the universe, the Supreme Lord Krishna is his most attractive feature of childhood, would absorb their whole attention. Their dealings with Krishna would be so powerful that simply by hearing of Krishna's childhood activities with them, anyone could very easily cross over the nescience of birth and death. Lord Brahma agreed to give them the benediction, and as a result, the same Drona appeared as Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavana, and the same Dhara appeared as Mother Yashoda. Okay, the wife of Nanda Maharaj. In this way, the Nanda Maharaj and his wife, Mother Yashoda, developed their unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, having gotten him as their son. And all the gopis and cowherd men who were associates of Krishna naturally developed their own different feelings of love for Krishna. Therefore, just to fulfill the benediction of Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna appeared along with his plenary expansion, Balarama, and performed all kinds of childhood pastimes in order to increase the transcendental pleasure of all residentials of Vrindavana. Those ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the English chapter, sorry, 8th chapter of Krishna, vision of the universal form. Haribo.
Haribo. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay, Lebohang Prabhu, do you want to read the next chapter?
No problem, Prabhu.
Oh,
Yeah. Just give me
Prabhu,
a moment.
like I have to I am feeling that all I am reading, but I am not giving. But despite of thinking of that, flow reading in I am reading that I can't able to give up the give up the reading to others like that happening for me
oh yes, Prabhu,
from
it's
2 days.
no problem.
Huh?
It's really nice. You read nicely, so it's okay.
No, bro. I have to give chance, but I can't able to give that because of the
I get you.
very nice past tense.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh,
Sorry,
Hare
bro. I
Krishna,
will.
Hare
I
Krishna,
could see your
Hare
lights in
Krishna.
the
Janik
car.
Prabhu, and Priyansh Prabhu, and Antariksh Prabhu. Dandat Pranam, Jai
Hare
Shri.
Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna
Pranam, Jai
Prabhu,
Srila
Dandavat
Prabhupada.
Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Prabhu,
Prabhu,
Dandavat
peace,
Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
grace, and blessings. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhu, in the Krishna book, it is mentioned, right, that Mother Yashoda, due to her pure devotion, she could catch Krishna, that great yogi couldn't.
Yes, Prabhu. Now Lebohang Prabhu is gonna read you about it.
Oh, can I start? Mother Yashoda binding Lord Krishna. Once upon a time, seeing that her maid servant was engaged in different household duties, Mother Yashoda personally took charge of churning butter, and while she churned butter, she sang the childhood pastimes of Krishna and enjoyed thinking of her son. The end of her sari was tightly wrapped while she churned, and on account of her intense love for her son, milk automatically dripped from her breast, which moved as she labored very hard, churning with two hands. The bangles and bracelets on her hands tinkled as they touched each other, and her earrings and breasts shook. There were drops of pers- perspiration on her face, and the flower garlands which was on her head scattered here and there, here and there. Before this picture, what is this? Picturesque, something like that. Sighed Lord Krishna
Picturesque.
apart. Sorry,
Picturesque.
picturesque.
Yes, Prabhu. Correct.
Is there a silent Q? Okay. Sighed Lord Krishna appeared as a child. He felt hungry and out of love for his mother. He wanted her to stop churning. He indicated that her first business was to let him suck her breast and then churn butter later. Mother Yashoda took her son on her lap and pushed the nipples of her breast into his mouth, and while Krishna was sucking the milk, she was smiling, enjoying the beauty of her child's face. Suddenly, the milk, which was on the oven, began to boil over. Just to stop the milk from spilling, Mother Yashoda at once put Krishna aside and went to the oven, left in that state by his mother. Krishna became very angry, and his lips and eyes became red in rage. He pressed his teeth and lips, and taking up a piece of stone, he immediately broke the butter pot. He took butter out of it, and with false tears in his eyes, he began to eat the butter in a secluded place. In the in the meantime, Mother Yashoda returned to the churning place after setting the overflowing milk pan in order. She saw the broken pot in which the churning yogurt was kept. Since she could not find her boy, she concluded that the broken pot was his work. She began to smile as she thought, the child is very clever. After breaking the pot, he has left this place. Fearing punishment, after she sought all over, she found a big wooden grinding mortar which was kept upside down, and she found her son sitting on it. He was taking butter which was hanging from the ceiling on a swing, and he was feeding it to the monkeys. She saw Krishna looking this way and that way in fear of her, because she because he was conscious of his naughty behavior. After seeing her son so engaged, she very silently approached him from behind. Krishna, however, quickly quickly saw her coming at him with a stick in her hand, and immediately he got down from the grinding mortar and began to flee in fear. Mother Yashoda chased him to all corners, trying to capture the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never approached by the by the meditations of great yogis. In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is never caught by the yogis and speculators, was playing just like a little child for a great devotee like Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, however, could not easily catch the fast running child because of her thin waist and heavy body. She tried to follow him as fast as possible. Her hair loosened and the flower in her hair fell to the ground. Although she was tired, she somehow reached her naughty child and captured him. When he was caught, Krishna was almost on the point of crying. He smeared his hands over his eyes, which were anointed with black eye cosmetics. The child saw his mother's face while she stood over him, and his eyes became restless from fear. Mother Yashoda could understand that Krishna was unnecessarily afraid, and for his benefit, she wanted to allay his fears, being the topmost well-wisher of her child. Mother Yashoda began to think, if the child is too fearful of me, I don't know what will happen to him. Mother Yashoda then threw away her stick in order to punish him. She thought to bind his hands with some ropes. She did not know it, but it was actually impossible for her to bind the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mother Yashoda was thinking that Krishna was her tiny child. She did not know that the child had no limitation. There is no inside or outside of him, no beginning or end. He is unlimited and all pervading. Indeed, he is himself the whole cosmic manifestation. Still, Mother Yashoda was thinking of Krishna as her child. Although he is beyond the reach of all senses, she endeavored to bind him up to a wooden grinding mortar. But when she tried to bind him, she found that the rope she was using was too short by 2 inches. She gathered more ropes from the house and added to it. But at the end, she found the same shortage in this way. She connected all the ropes available at home, but when the final knot was added, she saw that it was still 2 inches too short. Mother Yashoda was smiling, but she was astonished. How was it happening? In attempting to bind her son, she became tired. She was perspiring, and the garland on her head fell down. Then Lord Krishna appreciated the hard labor of his mother, and being compassionate upon her, he agreed to be bound up by the ropes. Krishna, playing as a human child in the house of Mother Yashoda, was performing his own selected pastimes. Of course, no one can control the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The pure devotee surrenders himself unto the lotus feet of the Lord, who may either protect or vanquish the devotee. But for his part, the devotee never forgets his own position or of surrender. Similarly, the Lord also feels the transcendental pleasure by submitting himself to the protection of the devotee. This way, exemplified by Krishna's surrender unto his mother Yashoda. Krishna is the supreme bestower of all kinds of liberation to his devotees, but the benediction which was bestowed upon Mother Yashoda was never experienced, even by Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune. The supreme personality of Godhead, who is known as the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, is never so completely known to the yogis and speculators, but he is easily available to his devotees, nor is he appreciated as the supreme reservoir of all pleasures by the yogis and speculators. After binding her son, Mother Yashoda engaged herself in household affairs. At that time, bound up to the wooden mortar, Krishna could see a pair of trees before him, which were known as Arjuna trees, the great reservoir of pleasure. Lord Krishna thus thought to himself, Mother Yashoda, first of all, left without feeding me sufficient milk, and therefore I broke the pot of yogurt and disturbed the stock butter in charity to the monkeys. Now she has bound me up to a wooden mortar, so I shall do something more mischievous than before. And thus he thought of pulling down the 2 very tall Arjuna trees. There is a history behind the pair of Arjuna trees in their previous lives. The tree were born as the human sons of Kuvera, and their names were Nalakuvara and Manigriva. Fortunately, they came within the vision of the Lord. In their previous lives, they were cursed by the great sage Narada in order to receive the highest benediction of seeing Lord Krishna. This benediction curse was bestowed upon them because of their forgetfulness due to intoxication. This story will be narrated in the next chapter. Thus ends the Bhaktisiddhanta purport of the 9th chapter of Krishna, Mother Yashoda binding Lord Krishna. Very interesting.
Haribo,
Haribo,
Haribo.
Ki Jai.
Haribo Jai.
Jai.
So this is called the Damodar Lila. Who remembers what Damodar means? Because I forgot.
I remember, Prabhu.
I heard it yesterday, but I forgot.
Yeah.
It's two words.
I don't. I mean, I know the meaning. Yes, but I don't know how the words are separate. So Damodar means, like to tie by the waist.
Yes,
That
Prabhu.
is the meaning of Damodar. But I don't know which means the tying and which means the waist. So,
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that was right. Let's see if Prabhupada says something. Oh, here. Yeah, Damodar refers to Krishna as being bound with rope by his mother. So does one word mean rope and one like belly, or like one means to tie and one means belly? Just yesterday I heard it, but I forgot which lecture it was. So I think next month is this Damodar, month of October,
yes, Prabhu.
Kartik month. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam.
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
how do you think that we should start the books after Krishna? Or should we go to Srimad Bhagavatam? Like the way His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu was stating that we should start with the science of realization and then, okay, but
Yes,
then he said the
but we
Bhagavad
have read
Gita
that
after.
already. We have read Science of Self-Realization.
Sorry?
We have read Science of Self-Realization 2 times in the reading session.
Oh,
But maybe I will see later, because this will take, I think, 1 month more. So after that, I will think.
okay, Prabhu.
Oh, next is the 2 Arjuna trees. That's one of my favorite stories. It's really nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this book is really good, Prabhu. I mean, even in my personal I'm reading this Krishna book only currently. I've read the 70 chapters. There are last 20 chapters remaining. I mean, one who reads this book, it's very difficult to not become a Krishna devotee.
Yes,
It's
Prabhu.
that amazing. Every story you will relish it.
Oh, here. Dhamma means robe. Dhammo. And udara means abdomen. Yeah, it's dhamma and udara. Robes and abdomen.
I also found the verse.
Is there verse?
Oh yeah, 10:10:27. I mean, if you like in the word by word meaning, if you said Dama Udarena by Krishna who was tied by the belly.
Is this?
Yes, Prabhu. Same in the if it's in the synonyms it is given.
This is the Balena Niskarshya Tanvagulu Kalam Dad Damodarena Tarasokta Litan Gribandau Nispeta tu Parama Vikramita Tati Vepa Skanda Pravala Vitapau Krita Chanda Shabdau. This is the. What is this? I forgot. What's that? It's the Brahma Samhita tune. Yeah.
Oh,
Translation: by dragging behind him with great force the wooden mortar tied to his belly, the boy Krishna uprooted the 2 trees by the great strength of the Supreme Person. The 2 trees, with their trunks, leaves, and branches, trembled severely and fell to the ground with great crash. There was huge sound when they cracked the trees. Here is Dhamma Udarena by Krishna was tied by the belly. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Luvesh Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Hare Krishna, Louis
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Luvesh Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Long
Dhanavad
time,
Pranam,
long
Jai Shri
time.
Prabhupada.
Today we have so many people here. Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Luvesh Prabhu.
Hare
Please
Bol.
accept my.
Take them one by one,
Okay.
Prabhu.
I think
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
this is Gianni Prabhu's effect, because when Gianni Prabhu arrives, all the devotees follow.
Haribo.
Hare Bol.
We will.
I don't have those qualifications. Oh, glory Shri Prabhupada.
It's Jai Shri Prabhu. Some effect you have, Prabhu. Something is happening.
Yeah, his Harinam Sankirtan book distribution is taking over Reunion Island
Yes,
in the
Prabhu.
love of Krishna.
Okay, then we have six Astakam prayers. Who wants to start?
Chaito Darpana Marganam Davagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavachandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Vivurjanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam
नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पितानि अमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवम् ईदृशमिहा जानिनानुरागः
Trinadapi Sunichena Taro Api Saheshnuna Amanina Manadena Kritanya Sadahari.
नदनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भगवद्भक्तर्हैतुकी त्वयि
नैनन्दतनुजा किं करं पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थिता धुलेशादृशं विचिन्तया
Ribol.
Nayanam Galadashluda Vadanam Gadgadaludaya Gila Pulakhair Nichitam Vapukadam Tavanamagahane Bhavishyate.
Haribo, Prabhu.
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्राविर्ष्यायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
आश्लिष्य वा पादरथं विनस्तु मामादर्शनामर्महता करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु सेवनापरः
Ribol says,
Yo, I like the rhythm. I like the rhythm for today. Hey, so slow.
yes, Prabhu. Priyansh Prabhu has also a really nice voice for this reciting and singing. And Gianni
Yeah,
Prabhu
and
also.
Gyani Prabhu. Hey,
Prabhu. We have two, like, I think there were some Gandharvas or something. They have such singing skills.
Thank you so much, bro.
Ero Prabhu.
Oh, Hare
Don't make me
Krishna,
laugh.
Hare
Haripol, I'm very late.
Yes, Prabhu. Today everybody's appearing.
Where have you been hiding?
Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Prabhu.
Hare
Ero
Accept my
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Oh, now
glory
there's
Shri
10
Prabhupada.
persons. Hare
Ero Prabhu.
Anuj Das, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Where have you been hiding, Ero Prabhu?
Seriously, I've been just so in the mode of ignorance that I don't know what to even say. Crazy, crazy stuff. But I'm back
Yeah.
again, so trying to get back as soon as possible.
Hope to see you in the Japa session.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna come.
Very nice.
Okay, Prabhu.
Haribo.
Oh, it's 10 people inside. That's a record.
Yes, Prabhu, this is a record moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
A good picture. We have 10.
The energy of Jai Sundar Gopal, Prabhu.
Ero Prabhu appeared to give the record moment for 10 attendances. Okay, who wants to start the translation?
I can.
Yes, Prabhu.
Glories to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction. Just waiting for the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So this verse, Lebahang Prabhu, I think Sundar Gopal Prabhu told you this verse today.
Which one is it? The number 3 one? Eh?
Yes, Prabhu. I think he.
Yeah, I remember when I was asking about the. Sorry.
You asked some question and then he gave this answer.
Oh yes, I was asking about chanting more rounds. If I exceed more than 24 rounds, I remember.
Yes, Prabhu. Now I remember.
Oh Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
Oh, son of Maharaja. Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, you can go. Okay, it's fine. Oh, son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal savior, yet somehow or other, I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh, Govinda, feeling our separation, some considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Sami
Prabhu.
Jai.
Sami Prabhu.
Yes,
Do you
Prabhu.
see that we are 10 and we're gonna read the 10 offenses?
Yes, Prabhu. Everyone can say
And I-
one.
yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
To
You want to
blaspheme,
go
to
first,
blaspheme
Labubu?
the Sorry?
Nothing.
To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name.
Haribol. Who has the second one?
To consider the
To
name of Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu.
Haribol.
Haribol. Hero Prabhu, do you know the third one?
To disobey the order of the spiritual master.
Haribol.
Very nice.
Think of them as an ordinary person.
Yes, Prabhu. It continues as, or to consider him as an ordinary person.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
But
Prabhu.
it's missing from here.
Yeah, you can search a different one. Still
Yes.
fine.
So fourth one.
To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature which is perseverance with the Vedic version. Like that.
Fifth one, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6.
To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord.
Haribol. Okay, 7.
Commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
Very nice. 8.
Luvesh.
Oh, yes, Luvesh Prabhu, your turn.
To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
8, Prabhu, 8.
8.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't remember them off the top of my head.
Like to what is it? To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna. Like
Oh,
that.
this is the Karma Kanda one, I think.
Yes, yes.
As one of the ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas, practical activities, Kamakanda.
Yeah.
Okay, 9th one, you know, Prabhu. For sure, you know 9th one.
Yeah, I know. So to instruct a faceless person on the glories of the holy name.
Yes,
That
Haribol.
That one is easy.
Okay, 10th is the longest one. Who knows this?
Gyani Prabhu.
To not have complete faith and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna blema vancha kalpatarubhyaksha
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Ero, say Haribol last time. One last time.
Haribol.
What? Haribol!
Come on. I like that.